Computer, what is the definition of inspired?
The adjective inspired is usually defined as aroused, animated, or imbued with the spirit to do something, by or as if by supernatural or divine influence.
We're talking about being inspired today on the Blind Jedi Vlogs. Welcome back to another Blind Jedi Vlogs. I'm Jason, aka the Blind Jedi, and if this is your first time here, I want you to think about hitting that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you can be updated every time I drop a video. Hey, if this is not your first time and you like what you're getting out of this series, please think about force pushing that like button so we can move up the algorithm. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So we have inspired. Now let's not get this twisted about the word inspire. I want to focus purely on the word inspired, which means who has inspired me not only to create videos, but really to even work at the Valley Center for the Blind and actually put my efforts into helping those that are dealing with sight loss. Now, my mission here is obviously to advocate, educate, motivate, inspire, and there's that word inspire, but that's not up to me. I do not control whether or not I inspire you or not. That is up to you. If I say something or if I do something that inspires you, great. That's what I'm out to do. I really do. I really want to inspire people. But I do believe I wouldn't be able to even attempt or even want to try to inspire somebody if I had yet not been inspired myself. So that's where we're at today. So I'm going to start off first and foremost and talk about some creators that have actually inspired me. One that I would like to really recognize to say that it's inspired me has been Sam from The Blind Life, aka the old days where he was the blind spot. Now, Sam's been around. Sam has Stargarts like I do. I remember the first time his videos were shown to me by my brother. He had me laughing a lot of the blind moment stuff that he was doing and plugging in, trying to plug in the cords and all that kind of stuff. He really started making me feeling good and getting me to understand that there's other people out there just like myself. So I really appreciate everything that Sam has done for the community with his videos over the years. I think he's great. As someone else who's inspired me has been, a Disney creator slash adventurer slash the creator of the Quest for Positivity. You guys have heard me talk about him here billions of times. His name is Justin Scard. I found him because he did Disneyland videos and he also implemented his Quest for Positivity videos. He was going through a lot at the time and it was just a way for him to express himself. Really, truly inspired me to want to be happy. Really wanted me to look at my life, try to figure out some of the things that were going on in my life that were wrong, and obviously one of those major things was sight loss. Another guy who's inspired me, and mainly because he's just the way he creates his videos. It's very simplistic, but it's very informative, and that's Adam the Woo. Also, he has a channel called The Daily Woo. If you guys want to check out Adam the Woo, he's just a really good person. He's funny, he's good to listen to. He goes and looks at all these little places around all of the nation, also doing Disney World videos, Disneyland videos, etc. He does a lot of conferences, but it's just more or less his videos, but just the person he is and who he represents himself to be in his videos inspires me a lot. I really like the way that Adam presents himself. Very much inspiring. Someone else who inspires me a lot on YouTube is a guy goes by Potato Jet. I don't know if you guys have seen him. He does videos on Sony cameras primarily, but he's really helped me figure out cameras just by watching his videos. I think I've shared with you guys a lot. I'm self-taught. Everything that I've done on this channel, everything that I do from green screen to eCam to my microphones, my mixer, the lights, I've self-taught myself in the sense of I didn't go to school for any of this or what have you. I've gone to YouTube University. For the most part, I really learned a lot just from watching YouTube videos, and Potato Jet is definitely one of those guys. Now, those are some of the creators that have inspired me, that really have got me to the place where I know how I want to attack my targeting audience. And they've inspired me more than just who they are as people or what their mission is, but the way they showcase it, right? I told you guys over the last few weeks now that I'm a big Disney fan, and a lot of the things that they do are Disney videos. Now, Disney does offer a lot to really lift the spirits, right? Disney itself can be very inspiring when it comes to happiness. So I'm going to be showcasing that. But there's so many other places, especially in California where I'm at, but in the nation, that really offer up things like that. It could be, places like small towns or stuff like Yosemite National Park that's really close to me, Sequoia National Park that's really close to me, Kings Canyon National Park that's really close to me. It could be somewhere coastal that's near me like Pismo or Santa Cruz, or a place called Cambria where me and my wife like to go. So there's so many different areas, and everybody has this around them as well. It doesn't matter where you live in the nation, there's always some type of monument, some type of national park, some type of national treasure that you can go experience. Maybe it's a theme park as well. These things can be very inspiring on their own. So these creators have really, really inspired me and have given me a platform, encouraged me to create a platform anyway, that will allow me to attempt to do so, to attempt to be inspiring. So I want to just really focus in on those guys and say thank you just for being so inspiring and inspiring me to be the best that I could be. I also mentioned yesterday about a gentleman named Jojo. He's new on the scene to me. I really liked what he did with the mental health stuff, so I'm going to be following Jojo and see where he goes on his adventures and see how he presents himself. And I'm really curious to see how he continues to talk about mental health and being positive, because that's pretty much what I'm all about. All right, next, the thing I want to get into is people outside of YouTube, outside of the creator realm, that have inspired me. And there's a few that are with me today and some that have moved on, and we'll get into that. I've been inspired by a lot of people in my life. The first one being my grandfather. He raised me. I think I've shared a time or two before that my childhood wasn't the easiest. I mean, even before sight loss. My real father was a bit of a handful to live with, if you will. My grandfather was always there for me. He taught me my morals. He taught me how to be a man. He taught me how to be a father. Along with my stepdad, who came along later in my life, but still taught me a lot of life's ways of just being respectful, and that love is a verb and not a noun. It's an action. Your actions speak louder than your words, things of that nature. One of the other biggest inspirations of my life has been my older brother. The dog's gonna start barking now. I guess he wanted to be in the video. Not my dog. So my brother, he's always done things right. He always takes his time. He thinks things through. He has been, I am his younger brother, and you tend to follow and look up to your older brother naturally, but that's something that's never ended, even to this day. I have so much love and respect for my brother. I don't know if I would even be the man I am today if it wasn't for him either, Those three men in my life have made things always get better in my life. Like, the traits that they've shown me, the advice that they have given me, the example, I don't think I could have got out of a lot of my life's troubles, both from depression points of view and just life mistake points of view, if it wasn't for those three men being in my life. I would be a fool to mention that, obviously those men in my life inspired me as a man, but my mother has inspired me as a parent. The things that she endured, the things that she went through to raise three kids on her own, and we never went without. We maybe never had a whole lot, but we had always just enough. We were always happy. We have memories. We have traditions. I can't really imagine my life being any different, because I don't know if I'd be the same person. You ever think about that? If you didn't have the people in your life that has inspired you to be who you are today, do you truly think that you would be better or worse? Right? A lot of times we chase that dollar bill. A lot of the time we're chasing that money. And I've personally seen money change people. Yet at the same time, we need money to survive, and we need money to live, and we need money to do things. And sometimes we live under a false narrative that money makes you happy. And I'll be the first one to tell you that I've fallen into that trap so many times I can't even begin to tell you, right? In my older years now, I like the simpler things in life. I don't push so hard to have more than I need. And that's going to look a little crazy as we go forward, but it's kind of part of the mission and journey I'm on. I take some of the little things out to make some of the bigger things happen, and I lessen some of the bigger things and how they're done to make some of the little things continue. It's complex, but I will try to do my best, not just to tell you, but to kind of show you and explain it as I'm doing it on how I'm making this experience happen, because I do believe that we need a little bit of both aspects in our life, but we don't need to focus so hard on it and have an abundance of money or spend an abundance of money to have it or enjoy it. So my mom's really kind of showcased that to me in my life, and I have a ton of respect, and I love how she's inspired me as well. Then if you talk about my current situation in life, with working at Valley Center for the Blind, there hasn't been a person that I worked with or have a client that I've passed or had a conversation with that hasn't left me feeling even the smallest bit inspired to not only either be better for them or be better for myself. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like being part of a blind or visually impaired community, especially if you're dealing with that issue. If you are dealing with blindness or vision loss, please try to find a community. I don't care if it's an online community or an in-person community. It would literally help you change your life and keep you motivated. It will help keep you focused. It will help you make better decisions as you go along. And it's always good to have that support group, someone that's right next to you that understands what's going on. So with that said, again, if you're new here, please think about hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell, and make sure you force push that like button, and we can make this thing happen. And until next time, you guys stay one with the Force, and the Force will be with you always.